Okay. Wow, huh? Jeez. Anyway, a lot of education, information overload. I want you to take notes at this time because I'm going to show you some things that will allow you to build a big business. There's a lot of people who don't do this. They think you just give out water and money will come down from the ceiling. Okay? If you don't want to be broke, and if you want this thing to produce profits for you, you need to learn some of the things that the top producers are doing. All right? First of all, I always ask these questions. What do you want from this business? What are you looking for from this business? If you can't answer that, then why are you doing this? I mean, you need to find out what do you want from your Enagic business. Do you want a retirement income? I like the fact that I stay home all the time and I'm always with my family and I get to earn quadruple, bazillion, six-figure income. I like that. Next, you have to put your goals down. I'm telling you right now, if you're a brand new person, if you don't get a unit now, you're not going to get one. Not a big deal, but you're not going to get one. And if you do get one, you're going to be 6 months behind. Why would you be 6 months behind? I mean, let me ask you a question if you're brand new. Can you see how this unit, with all the information you've heard, can you see how it improved the health of you and your family? Are you interested in the health of you and your family? And if you were ever going to do something about the health of you and your family, when would be the best time? Now. That's what I tell people. So get your goals down why you're doing this. Because I'll tell you what, if it's for financial reasons, you're in the right place. But you gotta establish your targets. Next, you need to understand the business we're in. We've been talking about this all day. We are in direct sales. You are not in a multi-level program. Now, it's a cousin, but it's direct sales. There's no exponential growth. We happen to be in the people business, right? So it's important to learn the business, to fine-tune your communication skills, sell yourself on the business, because if you're sold, you're going to spread it with enthusiasm, okay? And you have to have enthusiasm when your enthusiasm comes from two words, enthos, okay, which is God within, and the last four letters is I-A-S-M. I am sold myself. So that's why you have enthusiasm, okay? And teach your organization about the business. Here's what we do. Quit trying to make this complicated. If you're going to try to sell out there, you're going to have a harder time. Not for everybody. Some of you can sell. But the issue is your organization cannot. And the biggest money in this program is in the overrides. You have to do something that is duplicatable. And those things are duplicatable. If you want to make money, learn the basics. If you want to make a lot of money, learn to duplicate. Okay? And it's important, again, because everything we do falls into those categories. We share the product, share the opportunity, and then we sell the events. And hopefully we teach to duplicate. How long does it take you to reach 6A? Can all the 6As please stand up for a second? I want to see them. Stand up if you're a 6A. Let us recognize you. Okay. Go ahead and sit down. For the people that didn't stand up, how long does it take you to reach that? Normal time, 18 to 24 months. If it takes you 18 to 24 months, it's okay. Some of you are looking at these speed demons like, Bob Gridelli and some, Jerry Kostic. I mean, these guys that went 6A in like 4 days. All right? And you can't even get somebody to a meeting. Right? I know what it's like. But the normal time frame is, what's wrong with going 6A in 24 months? What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. 3 years even. Okay? You're building a business. Fast track, less than 12 months. Boy, you got to have a solid game plan. You got to have a team. You got to have commitment, consistent, focused. I mean, 12 months, that's like lightning speed. Okay? You just, and then the people who do it in 6 months, I wouldn't even be looking at 6 months or less. That takes a lot of luck. You got to be moving into this program with an organization, you know. So again, ABC, 18 to 24 is the one I would pick. Hey, if you can do it in 12 months, wow. But somebody asked me once when I first got started here, how long does it take an average person to become a 6A? There's your answer. Never. You can be an average person, but you need an above average desire. You can be an average person, but you need an above average attitude. You can be an average person, but you need to have a want for an above average lifestyle for you and everything you do has to be above. You can be average, but your desire, your goals, everything has to be above your next door neighbors. Okay? What are the most important areas of my business? You're the only one that controls the key. We all have the same tools. We're all going to get the same tools, right? All these things you see up here. By the way, see, take a look at this guy. Not to promote her or anything, but this is my best tool. I give this to everybody. Why? Because I don't like all the bottles shaking. I'm telling you right now, I must have given at least 30 of these away to my organization. Renee Merlot out there, I think this is one of the best tools, no question. And you don't have to use it for water bottles. I use it for briefcases, you know, I use it for different things so it doesn't fall out. Sometimes Tony Mac wants to sleep over, I use that here, you know, just kidding. But again, you know, those are some tools. We all have the same tools. The emotional ride. You got to control the ups and downs. You invite somebody to a meeting, they don't show up. Anybody been there? You give somebody water, and they don't buy. You've been giving water for 35 years to this one person, and they still don't buy, right? Anybody have one of those? I have them. Don't you feel like running over their garden with your car or something? Oh. And then C, time. The only thing between you and success, the only thing between you and standing up like the 6 A's is time. All right? And time you cannot control. But you want to control the time? Work harder. Do you realize it's already May? Time goes extremely fast. You're going to blink, summer's over. You're going to blink, Halloween. Blink again, Christmas. I mean, it's fast. But in this program, you got to have the time and a never quit attitude. So the 6 questions that you need to get a yes to are those. I cover this all the time. But you need to get a yes. Because if you get a no on any of those, go do something that, see, you got to like what you do. You got to believe in it. That's the way you become successful. If you say all yes to all of those, which you should, then this is for you. First lesson, treat this like a business. This is not a hobby. This is not a hobby to me. $500,000 to $1 million a year is not a hobby to me. All right? That's some serious money. And I'll tell you what, your family can live absolutely spectacular. You don't have to earn that kind of money. There are people in the room that are retired. What would $1,000 extra do for you? I mean, everything. So again, treat it like a business. Get educated. Go all out massive action your first 90 days. I have people in the room that I work with. I go all out massive. I'm at their house delivering water. You can ask any of them. I'm delivering 40 bottles sometimes, you know. But you got to have all out massive action, because if you dilly-dally with this thing, it's going to give you dilly-dally money. If you go all out massive action, it's going to give you all out massive action money. And understand, in a business, there's positives and negatives. They're going to come every day. Why? It's a business. Hey, you open up a restaurant, the cook's going to burn some hamburgers once in a while. Okay? It's a business. And then learn to do the basics. We show you. Share the product, share the opportunity, sell the events. Those are the things you have to be an expert on. And commit to making it happen. Commit to you can do this. Give me a break, okay? So again, second lesson. No retreat. No quitting. No experimenting with another program. I'm telling you how to succeed. Understand the rewards. You are on the edge of a 3% market penetration, and if you build it correctly, you're gonna... I have friends here, Eli and JV and these $1 million. They think they're earning money now. I've seen this over and over and over and over and over again in my life. When this marketplace hits 3% penetration in the marketplace, it is going to explode. Everybody's going to buy one. You're going to be selling them like crazy. And you will have the best ones to sell. Be active, productive, and connected to the system. And become independent. Don't be relying on your sponsor. Hey, some of you have great sponsors. Some of you have lousy sponsors. Hey, that's the way. Some of you have sponsors sign you up and, they're gone. Don't blame them. You are in the project where you can make this happen. You don't need a sponsor. Okay? Why? There's all kinds of leaders that can help you. What if you go to someone and they don't help you? Then go to someone else. Someone will help you. Okay? Because there are people in this room who care. All right? This is about all-out effort. This is about making it happen. This is a distributor conference, and you need to make it happen. All right. Master those 3 things. Remember that. By the way, the new tools. Wow. We just got another, they said they got another 333 of these or whatever. Somebody delivered them. But just so you know, I would definitely get this. It's just a good book. You can do a dry presentation and be able to show them and then say, wow, you ought to see it live. It's unbelievable. So again, get the tools that make it happen for you. Some people don't want to get the tools, then that's why, that's why you're behind. Stan's been producing my videos, all this stuff. I want to tell you something. I don't make a penny on these. Stan has never given me a penny. And I know he's making like $7 zillion. But I want him to make that. Why? Look at the stuff he produces for us. I told Mr. Kitagishi, I said, I don't make money on the trainings. If you start making money on trainings, you're dead. You need to make money on the 8 points. That's where the money is. Not the tapes, not the brochures, okay? Learn this right here. Learn that, and you will create a successful business, okay? There's the book. I'm just letting you know. I would definitely, it's just awesome. And by the way, the guy behind the counter, Joao Cerro and his wife, he's the guy that designed all of this. He's the guy that designs all my flyers. So, phenomenal work. You can't match it. It's impossible to match. That's why some of our events are so good, because all the players are good. Somebody asked me, because I said, Joel's doing the book, man. Jerry's doing this thing. Stan's doing this, Brian's doing the front of the meeting. And they go, what do you do? I said, it's sort of like a band. I'm the only one that doesn't play an instrument. But I know how to wave the wand really good. So, I'm sort of orchestrating the whole thing. But the talent with me, they're extremely talented. I can't say any more about it, okay? So, sharing the product. Talk to everybody about the product. Everybody drinks water. So when you're talking, get to the thing where, by the way, do you drink water? I'm going to help you on a couple of things, but sharing the business starts with sharing the water. Now, some of you are going to share the business first, websites to go to and so on, okay? I have a couple things here, but I want you to understand, this is the Enagic. This is taken directly from the Enagic website. Take a look at that, where it says, share the quality and effectiveness of our products. That's the philosophy of the company. Give the water out. If you're trying to sell, you may be good. I know, I can sell. Kenneth can sell. I think Art can sell. You know, Lars can sell. How about your organization? How about the 65-year-old lady who's never had sales experience? Because if she cannot sell, then your override stop there. You're blocking it. You need to show something that is duplicatable, and sharing the water is the best way. Sharing the business, I think a live business overview. Presentation booklets are great, okay? I believe this is going to become your Bible right here. I absolutely believe it. I would carry this always, and I would carry a presentation book. These two, wow, what tools, okay? But I don't know if some of these numbers are right, but if they're not, you know, check them out first. But I'll tell you what, I like doing home demos. Yeah, as many demos as you see me do, my best is in the house. Why? It's comfortable. I get to joke around. I get to maybe stop and eat. Okay? So again, me, it's a home demo. And then from the home demo, I take them to a bigger picture. And then you take them to one of these and they see how big this thing really is. Now, let me give you some recruiting techniques. When you're sharing the business, you have a hot, warm, and cold group. Okay? Hot, friends and family. Warm, acquaintances, people you know. The guy at the cleaners, the guy at wherever, at the bank. Cold, you don't know them at all. So those are your two marketplaces, and those are your only two marketplaces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect them. Okay? We're going to take the hot and warm, and we're going to make them warm. People you know. That's where you want to start. I don't care who you are, you need to start with people you know. Why? Because the people you don't know won't take the water. If you were walking in the mall and somebody came up to you and said, "This is the best water, man." You don't know this guy. "This is the best water, alkaline, blah, 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 blah. Here, give it to your family." Would you say, "Yeah, give me a couple gallons"? No, you would not. If you're trying to work in the cold market, you are working in the hardest area. I do it, but I'm an expert in that. I don't teach it to my group. Why? It's a dead end. I want you gotta go where the biggest percentage is. How many people in this room, okay, how many people in this room, and this was asked before, are in this room because somebody whom you did not know, you came in from an ad, you came in from something, somebody you did not know gave you the water? Stand up, please. Okay, somebody you didn't know gave you the water. I want you to take a look at this. Okay? If you know. Okay. Sit down. How many people in this room are in the business because somebody gave you the water whom you knew? Family, friends, or associate? Please stand up. Help me out. Hello? Sit down. Do you get it? Now, you're a hunter. You're out there. Here comes a flock of birds. One flock has 3 or 4 of them. The other flock has 5,000. Which one would you shoot at? Some of you are aiming for like these 3 birds. What are you doing? Go to the warm market first, and then later on go to the cold market. Do you guys get it? Okay? Because the warm market is duplicatable. Get a success list. I make a list all the time. I'm on that list all the time. And I call them. First 10, business-minded. Second 10, friends and family. That's where you practice, right? Because on the second 10, you can make mistakes. You can make all kinds of mistakes, and they'll still buy. Right? Hello, Mom. Again, that's the one you want to go to with the friends. And then the remaining, anyone who drinks water. And you need to identify your leaders. Work the numbers. There's a tape called out. You guys have heard the Jim Rohn, some of you, right? His average is 3 out of 10. Jim Rohn, that's his average. Every time he brings 10 people to the meeting, 3 sign up. So when you invite a friend of yours, tell them, You don't care. Your average is 3 out of every 10. You don't care if they're part of the 7. You just need 10. Come on in and be one of the 7. But I need my 10 to be able to get my average. Guys, get it? Again, don't care whether they buy or not. Get them in there so your average averages out. And your average, it's always going to be the same. So remember this, some will, some won't, so what next? That's my attitude. If the person doesn't want to do it, do I get upset? Yeah, of course I do. I get upset maybe, 30 seconds? No more than 30 seconds. How long do you want me to be upset? All right? So again, when somebody doesn't do it, I don't spend time there. I spend my attitude on people that want to do the business. Always remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. Get the conversation started. Here's one. I'm thinking about getting into a new business and I need your help. Did you know that if you talk to your friends and you say that, they'll come in? You know, instead of saying, hey, I want you to go to a meeting. No. Hey, Bob, you know, I'm thinking about getting into a really phenomenal business. And you know, I need your help. I need a partner. Or I need an opinion. I'm thinking about getting into this business, and before I spend some money, I just need a second opinion. Can you come with me and just tell me, you know, what your opinion is? Because I respect it. Or do you keep your career options open? I'm looking for a partner. I've found something that's incredible. This is the conversation you want to get started in the warm market, okay? By the way, you always follow it up with, do you drink water? Hey, I'm getting into this new business and I just need your help. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for a partner. You might not be interested, but I need your opinion. Bob, I just want to show you something. By the way, do you drink water? Wow. It's just such a killer opening. All right? So getting the conversation started ends with the water. Let me tell you what the water does. That's why I give water. I know there's trainers out there that say, no, give the water. The water allows you to come back and sell and sell and sell and sell. If you sell the opportunity and they say no, you're dead. You can't sell anymore. If you bridge it with the water, you can keep selling every time you deliver water. They allow you to sell 50 times. Oh my goodness gracious. So you need to understand why you're giving the water. It's because it allows you to come back and take another shot and another shot and another shot. And they're allowing you to come back. Hey, I'm out of water, right? Come on by. You can sell me again. You don't hear the last part, but that's what they're telling you. Here's some cold market recruiting techniques. In your cold market ads, if you're going to post an ad somewhere, I'm going to go into the cold market, make the headline, that's what catches their eye. A lot of people don't know what this is right here. This is a flyer that we created. I think they're selling out there for $20 for a pack and $30 for the 2 different packs. I always keep this with me. Why? Because sometimes I see somebody out there and I don't have time to talk to them. Sometimes I see somebody at the mall. I don't have time to talk to them, right? And they don't have time to talk to me. So I say, you know, you're really sharp. Do you keep your career options open? Yeah. Listen, I don't have time right now. But here, check this out. And it says, attention, stop, look, read. Entrepreneurs, business owners, direct sales pros, organization leaders, home-based business individuals, and motivated go-getters. Do you keep your career options open? Are you looking for a great project with very high income potential? Do you have any experience in building businesses, direct sales, training, management, or organization, leadership? We want to talk to you. We will train. We offer 37-year-old rock-solid company, offices worldwide, health and wellness industry. Start immediately, now. Phenomenal support system, 50 to 100K first-year potential, long-term project. And I tell them, I don't have time, go to this website and take a look at it. It's an 8-minute website, 8 minutes. You have to follow up on it. It's 8 minutes. Now, when you see this, it's going to have an email there because we can't remove that. We use it. But we use that in the Newport Beach area. So wherever you're using them, tell them, you have to follow up. You give them your card, they give you their email. How about if you go into a business place? You know how many businesses out there are starving? Go in, look for an owner and say, by the way, are you the owner? Let me ask you something. If I could show you how you can add something here that would add another profit center to your already existing business, would that interest you? I don't have time right now, but here. And go to that website. Okay? I'll check back with you in a couple days. Is this your card? And then when I'm leaving, by the way, do you drink water? Okay, great. This allows me, I passed 6 of them out today in the hotel. And I know I have people in here because of this ad. Okay? So again, make sure that you understand these are tools that you use. How are you going to compete with me when I have this and you're trying to rap with somebody in the mall? How are you going to compete with me when I'm passing 20 of this out when it takes you 5 days to talk to one person and they say, no, I'm not interested? You can't compete. It's impossible. What I'm trying to tell you is the tools we're providing is to get this program to I'm interested in 5,000 sales in the U.S. based. I told them I'm gonna help you do that. I'm excited about that. Okay? So these are the flyers. Stop. You found it. These are some of the ads. Whenever you do an ad like this right here, for example, in the Craigslist ad, the headline is the most important thing. I've been in this a long time. I've spent at least $500,000 on running ads. I know what I'm doing here. And I'm telling you, the first part, the looking for leaders, that's the first thing they see. If that doesn't catch them, they won't read the rest. This is phenomenal stuff for you that you can use. And it's gonna, wow, major company expand, same ad. Look at that. All we did was, there, look at this one. Somebody looking, you know, I mean, it's unbelievable. And by the way, when I find somebody, okay, and they ask me, do I have to spend any money? No, you don't. I'll give them the bottles. I'll give them everything. I pay them a commission. I already told you the way I do that. And then I show them the marketing plan. I say $285, $285, $570. Now remember, I'm giving them $500 a sale. $285, $285, $570, and you don't get the overrides. I've never had one person say, I'll take the $500. Every one of them goes, there's a light bulb that goes in. Oh, wow. Distributor immediately. So I'm just trying to show you some of the things that we do. These flyers are absolutely phenomenal. They'll help you out. If you want to use them, that's up to you. I don't know what Jerry made them for, but I know when I go to Kinko's, this costs 49 cents or something, or $4, whatever it is. You know them color copies. We made them easy so you can have them. I always have one with me. Always. Why? I never know who I'm going to run into. You never know who you, am I right? You don't know who you're going to run into. You need to be prepared. Always be on the lookout if you're cold market recruiting. Always be prepared and be confident. If you're the one that has the biggest opportunity, your confidence should be way up there. And then just go for it. Last thing we do, promote and build events. I'm going to just show you one picture here. You cannot replace the power of group dynamics. That's why big events like this are just, oh, wow. The luncheons, you can't replace the power of group dynamic. And the power of the testimonials in the room. And the power of everybody, whenever you say something, you have a whole group saying, amen. That's what this is. Group dynamics. So if you're going to build a big organization, you got to create big events. Now, I did this training this week. We got so many calls on it. I told Jerry, put it on the tail end. We'll finish with this. Okay? What it takes to make it in this industry. You need to listen and learn. And be open-minded on some of the things that you feel might not work. Here's what you think, okay? How much are you making and how much is that person who's advising making? If you're earning less, then listen to that person. That's what you do. You know, Tony Robbins, right? Look for somebody who already has what you want. Find out what they're doing. Do the same thing. You'll get the same results. All right? So listen and be open-minded to the advice. Second, take notes. Taking notes makes you don't want to take notes because none of you are going to go back to the notes. Some of you will, maybe 1%. But taking notes makes you remember it. Whenever you take notes, you remember. Next, go over your notes and apply what you've learned. Don't be changing it. You just got a cookbook. Don't be changing the ingredients. Okay? Next, no quit, no retreat, forward. This is what it takes to make it in this industry. Remember, you must initiate your own momentum. If you're going to earn what some of these people are earning, you need to initiate your own momentum. You got to make it, you need to do it on your own. You can't be counting on everybody and your team and your mom and your dad and your brother. No, you're going to do it because in the end, you're accountable to you. Okay? And if you want to know how many best friends you have, go and try and borrow $5,000. Yeah, try and borrow one from one of your best friends or your best relative. Try it. You'll find out. This is your business. You initiate your own momentum, okay? Be accountable to you. It's solid commitment by you, for you. You're going to do this for you because you represents fixing everything around you, your family, your finances, everything. Wow. And remember the time and effort chart. It's going to take you time. Some of you are going to take a lot of time and no money. Anybody do that? I had one lady call me up last week. I've been in this thing 2 months, 2.5 months. I haven't gotten a sale. Just freaking out. Okay? Which is what everybody does. But see, in the beginning, there's no money. You're giving out water. I mean, anybody, nobody's buying. But as you move forward, you get better. And then your time becomes less and the money becomes more. And then your time becomes spending time in your house. I'm basically retired. I'm at home all the time. And I go to meetings, yeah, but the only reason I go to meetings is because I want to be there. All right? I don't do banks on Fridays. I don't do lunch at 12 o'clock. I don't do traffic. I mean, why would you want to do that when you have something this good? Take the time to build this, okay? Give it time to develop is what I'm telling you. How to build. Are you building foundation or framework? Some people don't even know, okay? What materials are you using? You got to use live materials because there's 3 types of people in this business. Live ones, the ones that are excited, a lot of you. When you sign up somebody, you know when they're excited. They're at the meeting before you, right? They want us demo right now. These people are excited. Then there's the wounded. The people who, they talk a lot. Oh, I'm going to do this for you. Oh, I'm going to be 6 in 4 minutes. Oh, just sit back. I'm going to make you a lot of money. The gates goes up and the horse dies. Signed up any of them? Okay. We're together here. And then there's the walking dead. These are distributors of record that show no sign of life. You call them, no one answers. You text them, they don't text back. You ask them to go to a meeting, they don't appear. They're already dead. It's just that they're not buried yet, but they're dead. Okay? You want to work with live ones. And for some of you, if that means shaking up your distributorship, go do it. Go home, shake up that blanket and say, I'm tired of dragging you. Okay? Where's your blueprint? Get a blueprint. Put some circles and squares in your day timer and fill it up. I have it. I have real, because you have to have a blueprint. The blueprint motivates you to fill up the circles. Some people don't want to do a blueprint because they don't want to know how bad they're doing. I have a blueprint. And sometimes I put it in my closet where it hits me every time. Because I want to know about it. Are you building width or depth? Remember this. Width for profits, depth for security. Ask any of the people that are getting bonuses. Width for profit, ask anybody who's getting daily checks. Width gives you daily checks. Depth gives you the bonus security. Okay? And when is your job finished with somebody? In other words, you can't, when is your job finished with somebody? I mean, your son's 58 years old. They got to move out someday. All right? Again, when is your job finished? Here, there's your framework. There's your blueprint. See the first, that's your foundation. You want to build the strength and stability of your organization is dependent on those green dots. It's your foundation. But you have to root them. Why? Because if you don't root them, let's say under number 1, you give them water. And you don't tell them to give water to their friends and you're not helping them. If you lose number 1, the whole lane dies. I have somebody who I sponsored, came in off of an ad. He did pretty good, sold about 6, 7 machines, and then died. I haven't seen him in a while. If I wouldn't have root levels, I wouldn't have picked up Lars Jacobson. And Lars is going 6A. No question about it. Is Lars here? How many people did you bring here today? 40. 40. What if I didn't root the level? The 40 is gone. So you need to root behind your people. Don't be thinking that number 1 is going to be there forever and ever. Amen. It might not. So you got to go below them. And what a best time to go. It's easier for you. You get paid the same. If you go below, do you guys know that? You get paid identical if they sell it or you sell it. And it's easier to go to their warm market than you're looking for a cold market. And then after you build your framework and root, you got to anchor. That's what I did with Lars. I anchor below so I don't lose the lane. I have 50-some lanes. I don't know, most of them are pretty productive. I have had a couple that didn't make it. I don't know what I did wrong. Because, it's my fault. I did something. Because when somebody doesn't make it, I take it personally. They start going out there and saying, yeah, I work with Daniel DeMacaulay. I made no money. Don't be passing that around. Okay? Anchoring, rooting levels. You got to go below, and then you got to go sideways and duplicate. You don't have to root every level. You don't have to root every... You just have to have people below them just in case that person leaves. Key points. Your primary goal. You're here to build an organization that's stable, productive, without your supervision. Isn't that the game plan of a business? You want to build profits while you're in Hawaii. That's the key here. You don't want to make profits while working to make profit. No. You want to build a big organization that can function without you. The stability, strength depends on your foundation and how you root. Use the finest materials, root and secure, then move on and continue to build. Once that person is moving, move on and continue to build. I'm going to show you how to build a massive production. First, understand, this is a journey. There's no destination. Ask any of the top guys, what is their destination? No, success is a journey, okay? Your mission in this journey is to find people for whom this is the right thing to do, no one else, and survive the process of wading through all the sea of wrong people. One more time, your mission is to find the right people, because not everybody is right, but you got to put them all in the box to find out, okay? This is your mission. Again, there's your mission. Find people in all the mess of wrong ones for whom this is definitely the right thing to be doing, and manage to sidestep all the wrong ones. Second, you need to know what to do with the ones that say yes. In other words, somebody says yes, you got to start them going. You got to root. You got to start learning how to do demonstrations for them, at least helping them out. You got to get someone started, activated, and succeeding. Because once you have all those lanes, then you get 30, 40, 50 checks. Yeah, I don't show my checks nowadays because somebody, the office says don't show them, but I show the envelopes, okay, that they come in. All right? So they won't allow me to show the checks. So I'm showing stacks of envelopes, and they all have the same postmark. All right? See, building an organization, it's like a hierarchy. All right? A massive productive organizations consist of a hierarchy of people, many different groups. You know, Cynthia, Eli, JV, you know, all these guys, they have a big organization. They didn't build it. They have a bunch of small ones. It's sort of like, their organization is made up of big and small ones. Same with mine. Okay? Example, the Pope. The Pope doesn't go everywhere, no. He's got his bishops, they got their cardinals, they got their priests. That's what it is. It's a bunch of little groups, all right? And some of them are big groups, some of them are small groups. That's okay. Same with a big company. The president does not handle everything, and you need to learn how to do that. So in the military, the general doesn't work with the private. No, they work with the leaders, okay? Same with government. So in building your organization, you need to build a bunch of small ones, okay? Let's study I want to show you this is the evolution of the largest organization that I know. This is the biggest one that I know. I have a friend, he built a massive organization. He sponsored like 12 people, right? Or something like that. Just 12 frontline people, okay? And no sales experience. None of them had sales experience. What did they have? Well, they were a little bit warped. They were a little bit desire. They were above average in desire. They had belief. My God, did they have belief. This group had belief. And and it took time. These people didn't have what you guys have. You got iPads and cell phones and text messages. They had no equipment. This guy built the largest organization in the world. He had no technology. And and today, you guys have more contact power than my friend had. You guys have more everything. And you know the 12 people he signed? Not all of them made it. So it's okay. One of them didn't make it, right? So only 11 of them made it. My friend has a long robe, long hair, beard. As a matter of fact, I was reading when he sponsored Soul of Sarsis. Yeah. You know how the guy was riding, he didn't believe it, and he had to knock him off his horse and blind him, right? Now, I know we don't have those kind of recruiting powers, but, look what happened with this organization. It's the largest in the world, okay? And they went through village to village, and if they got caught, they were killed. Wow. If you get caught, you don't even get wet. So again, top builders. I have a lot of friends in the industry. Some of them are neighbors of mine. I have a lot of friends that earn $500,000-$600,000 a month. And Cynthia, JV, you guys know you're going there. That's an amazing amount of money. A lot of things you can do with that, by the way. Okay? But let me give you the common elements of some of my friends. Jeff Roberti, Doran. They're focused on one project. One. Very hard to do 2 projects and succeed. Very hard to play baseball and football. It might be done, but by only one athlete that I know of. Very, very hard to be in like 2 or 3 marriages. I mean, it just doesn't work. You got to make excuses here. You got to eat dinner, lunch, breakfast. One. Very hard to do 2 religions. Very, very hard. One. Be focused on one project. And then you got to go to training. Imagine what you're learning today and then stick to it. Don't quit. Do anything but quit. Anything but quit. Anything. You can do anything but quit. Quitting is not an option here. And if you have that kind of mentality, you will really build, okay? So let me ask you something. Would you be willing in the next 1, 2, 3 years to work hard? Follow the Enagic program. And would you be willing to do that? Would you be willing to go out and just do some of the things that you probably are uncomfortable doing. Me passing out water, I was a CEO of a company. Passing out water but I was having fun, and I'm willing to do what it takes. My friend Romy Verdera made over $1 million. Hey, if I got to give water to make that, I'm in. Okay? Can you see it? I know you hear all these stories about people who are doing it. Tony Mack, who started flat broke, Bob Richardson, who was living in his car. I'm telling you, can you see it? Okay? I mean, it's a great story, but I'm going to tell you, the story is good, and it does happen, and it can happen to you. People do succeed. Look at all the people that succeed. People do succeed, and you can succeed. Then why do so many fail? Well, what if you got the wrong training? What if you got the wrong directions? Let me tell you what happens when you get the wrong training or wrong directions. You ask again. If you're at Disneyland and you ask where the Mickey Mouse Peter Pan ride is, they give you the wrong directions. What do? Go home? If you're at the mall, you ask somebody, hey, by the way, where's one of these shops, right? And have you ever gone the wrong direction? I've been in a mall and I got the wrong direction from a guard. He didn't know what he was talking about, He didn't know if it was C's or Godiva, right? I asked for Godiva from Mrs. Oshiro, and where does he bring me to? C's. I've gotten the wrong direction. I did not pack up my bag and go home. What do you do when you get the wrong directions? Ask someone else. It's so simple. What do you do when you get the wrong training? Ask somebody else to train you. Go to the other trainings. That's why all the trainings are good, just so you know. I think because you learn the good and the bad. You learn the real and the not real. That's what you need to know, and you got to know them to be able to protect your guys and give them advice, okay? Who to pick? Let me give you this. What are the odds? See, this is what they don't train, What are you talking about the puke set? What do you say? Here, the odds. 70, 90% going to be wrong ones. Don't get me wrong. Everybody will get the water. But you're going to have 10 to 30%. I sponsored 56 people. 17 of them are 6As. Front line. 2 positions. Okay? That's about 1 out of 3. 30%. You're going to have 30%. I don't care who you are, how good you are. They're the wrong ones. So what do you do with the wrong ones? Okay? The number one trick to making it in this business is to last long enough to find the right ones. The number 2 trick, you need to find it in this lifetime, okay? So you guys got to move. You need to move. Hey, Tim McKnight, Dr. McKnight said, move. Here, move. So again, there's the number 1 trick and there's the second trick. You need to do it now. Some of you need to do it this year, right? Some of you want to do it this year. The wrong ones, the puke set. That's the number 1. Did you hear him? He said that he got advice. The number 1 thing, by the way, that's the number 1 reason why people fail. Is because they listen to the wrong people. You know the people, oh, you're never going to make it there. Oh, it's not a pyramid. You won't make money there. Oh, I know somebody who went there. They never made money. It's so funny. And then when you make money, that's my boy. I always knew he could do it. No, you didn't. And the people say you can't do it. Don't you just want to get a big check and go back to the person that said, no, you remember the thing you told me that I wouldn't make money? Look, don't you want to just go, look. I mean, don't you feel like slapping them with it? The best revenge is success. I'm just letting you know. It's the ultimate revenge, success. Okay? The forever maybes. When somebody says maybe, move on. I'd rather have a no today than a no tomorrow. Obviously, I'd rather have a yes. But a maybe will kill you, because when you have one maybe, then you have one ball up in the air, then two, then three, then four. Now you're waiting for one of them to come down. Some of you are doing that right now. Move on, the forever maybes. Oh, I'd rather have a no. Next, the wrong shoes. Maybe that's the wrong thing. So what do? It's like shopping for shoes. What do you do when you shop for shoes and it's the wrong color? You leave them what if it's the wrong price? What if it's the wrong style? Do you try and make it fit? No, maybe some of the people do, but no. You leave it right where it is. If it's the wrong shoe, leave them alone. If you go to your neighbor and they don't want to do this, then leave them alone. It's done. Go to the next one. They'll come back, okay? The do-nothings, right? The talk-a-lots. These are the wrong ones. The people, the excuse-em-asses, right? Okay, they got excuse. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to go to the bathroom. I can't go with you to the meeting. You know, jeez. These are the wrong ones. You're looking for the right person. First law of organization building. Don't recruit anyone you have to drag across the finish line. As Jim Rohn says, you can help 1,000, but you cannot carry 3 on your back. You can't carry 3. If you have, some of you are pulling there's your team. Come on, yeah, get on. Go ahead, get on. You know, you're making them, you're pulling a whole truckload. Get rid of that truckload and tell people, I'll help you out, but you got to go. Come on, let's go. That's what you have to do. But I don't have any of those things. Go find some. They're all out there. They're everywhere. Look at how many are in this room. Look for your 4 aces and do that fast. Brand new people, you got to look for your 4 aces real fast. And the way I explain this is, what if I gave this front row a deck of cards? And she went here, you went there, they went over there. Everybody put their cards and we mixed them all. They're all upside down. And I said, the first person that finds the 4 aces, I'll give them $1,000. How fast are you going to look for your 4 aces? What do you do when you turn up at 10? What do you do when you pick up a jack, a 4, a 3? Right? Until, there's an ace. Won't you go? That's what you need to do here. All out massive action. Some of you find a 3 and you go, I just know this is an ace, and you bring your magic marker. I know he's a 10. Bob is a 10. He's an ace. I know I'm looking at a 7. No. Let the 7s do their 7s. Let the 4s do their 4s. Let the jacks do their jacks. But in the meantime, look for your 4 aces. Okay? We've already talked about that. Second law, say no first. If you know they're not going to do it, hey, reverse it. Say no first. It'll preserve your attitude every time. Beat them to the punch. Because you're going, hey, Bob, I've been giving you water. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? No. Hey, Bob, you know what? I've been giving you water for a while. I don't think this is for you. I really don't. As a matter of fact, I found a couple people that are going to do it with me. So, I'll check back with you later on, okay? Wow. He'll pick up that message and go, what? Say no first. Call up somebody and go, Bob, no. It'll make you feel better, okay? Preserve your attitude, because the person saying no to you brings you down. Say no first. And then, here's a good one. Sometimes, like, if I know Tony and I know Al Dorsey, I'll tell Al, I'll say, Al, this is not for you, man. I don't think this will be for you. But, Tony said he would go ahead and do it. So I'm going to try to see if Tony wants to do this. Now, remember, we both know Tony. And then if you decide to go in later on, I'll just put you under Tony and we'll still be cool. Watch what happens. In other words, be thinking and preserve your attitude. Your winning trump card is a commitment to the end. Okay? I'd like to, right now, bring up some people, because we want to close this out. These are the top of the top in the room. And can you please come up? If you've earned over $1 million, if you're $1 million earner, please come up. We want to hear from you, and let's do this quickly. Where's Jelena? I remember the first time I saw this back in '89. There were people making $1 million. I was in the audience, and I just said, I want to be there. That's where I want to be. And you can be. All of you can be here. They're not that good. By the way, you are looking at, this is the generals. This is the admirals in the program. Okay? So let's go, and I'm going to ask you some questions. All right? Here are some questions. First, here you go. Well, we have a lot of questions from the audience. But the first thing I'd like to do is I would like to ask, before I give you to the questions from the audience, I want to ask a personal question. And you're going to tell these people, and this has got to be factual, because you're saying it in front of several thousand. Bobby, are you pure Enagic?
I am 100% focused Enagic.
Dr. Dave?
I'm Enagic all the way and never did anything else.
Romy, are you working any other program?
No, I'm 100% pure Enagic. I am and I always will be.
JV, have you signed up in any other program?
No, and I'm pure Enagic for 7 years, and it's in my blood, man. Enagic is in my blood.
Okay. Cynthia, are you cross-recruiting from these people at all?
No.
Yeah, it'll be on.
No, I'm a 1,000,000% Enagic and I married Enagic.
Okay, wait a minute. She said no. Okay, you might have to share this.
No. And I'm a 1,000,000,000% Enagic and I marry Enagic. Enagic is my husband. I own Enagic.
Eli, are you pure Enagic? Deadly question, huh?
I'm a samurai warrior.
You are pure.
I'm 100% Enagic. You better not try to cross-recruit anybody that I know about, because I'm a samurai warrior.
Jelena?
100%.
Are you pure Enagic, and have you ever seen Eli sneaking into another meeting?
No, I have not. And I am 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000% Enagic. And Cynthia, not only am I married to Enagic, Enagic are my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my future family, and my family that's future before that. Blah, blah, blah. I love Enagic.
Okay. Let's go Eli. What's the most important ingredient that moves you to the top of the top?
Persistence. 100%. I don't give up on people. I love people. I follow up. I follow up. And I'll call you 3 months from now. I'll call you 6 months from now. I'll call you a year from now, 2 years from now. I'll call you 5 years from now, and I'll say, hey, how you doing, man? I've been thinking about you. How's it going? Because I'm going to find that one moment when things are going bad for you. And then you're going to say, how are things going for you? And I'm going to say,
That's true.
you know.
So persistence.
On my this many million, on my...
Persistence.
Persistence.
Okay. JV, what's the most important ingredient that moves you to the top?
Well, the most important for me is the commitment, commitment to help my organization for them to move up. And that's the only way I could create an organization, is to help them move up to where, you know, where I'm at right now.
Okay? Dr. Dave, what's...
Compassion.
Okay, he says compassion. But what's the hardest part of your journey to be $1 million earner? What do you think is the hardest thing that you had to do in this business?
The hardest thing I have to do, well, I've destroyed 3 cars from spilling water in the back, and they totally got moldy. So besides that, there's nothing really...
Nothing hard about it. Bobby, what's the hardest thing in this business for you?
Let's see. Hardest thing. I mean, it's an amazing business. It's fun. It's simple. The hardest thing probably is organization. You know, or trying to balance my time when, you know, you start getting a big organization, trying not to get focused on too much management mode and continuing to do the income-producing activities. That's probably the hardest.
Cynthia, what's the hardest thing for you to get your checks, to make those big checks? What's the hardest thing you had to do in this business? The other one.
When people calls me, when I meet someone and then they're excited because I keep telling my story, and then they ask me to do live presentation, and then I said, okay, I will be there tomorrow, and then I found out that they're in Dubai, in Bahrain. That's the hardest part for me. That's the next day.
So they're not there.
They're not there, but most of the time, we just sign up from people from Saudi Arabia by just telling my story.
Romy, what's the hardest thing for you in this business?
Trying to decide who I'm going to help first, because there are so many people who are calling for meetings, and I would look at my appointment book, and I said I'm booked like 3 or 4 months ahead, so I have to schedule them way, way far, you know, but I want to help everybody.
So the hardest thing is your scheduling.
Yeah, trying to choose who to help first.
Okay.
There are so many people who wants to build this business. They're just waiting to have the help. You know?
Jelena, what's the hardest thing for you and Eli in this business?
For me personally, I think one of the hardest things is is trying to understand why people don't see what we see. Why they just don't get it. And because Eli and I, like all of you, like all of these people, are so committed and so passionate that I think it's difficult for us to really understand why the others don't. And as Daniel just explained with some of his great, key points, we just have to move on, and hopefully someday that they will. That's the hardest for me personally, though.
Okay. Eli, what's the best and most productive tool or method that you know in your business?
His wife, Jelena.
Good answer.
I lead with my wife. I just lead with Jelena, brother.
Okay. Let me repeat the question. Eli, what is the second best tool?
The best and the...
What is the best tool you know in the Enagic business for you?
Well, look, you guys have to understand that we're different than any other company out there because we're product driven. We're not opportunity driven. We're not talking about the big house, the fancy car. I'm not saying that I don't talk about opportunity or lifestyle. I certainly do. But the best tool is the water. I lead with the water, and I talk about the water, and that's what captures their attention. When you say the word water, it's like saying love or God. I mean, it's like their favorite thing. If there's a commonality right away, and there's a common bond. Everything I've ever done in the past, if I talked about travel, if I talked about investments or real estate, it was tough. There wasn't that interest level. You had to sell them. Here, it's like they have an immediate attachment to this whole water. They swim in it. They drink it. They vacation with it. It's the lead with the water. That is the best tool ever. Just talking about it, whether you get them on whether you get them on kangendemo.com, whether you get them to a demo at your house, whether you get them to a demo at a restaurant, whether you go to their church. Heck, I've done demos in the back of a car. I mean, once you leave with that doing the actual demo itself with the water, I think that the actual demo that we have is the most powerful tool that we have in this company. Is actually showing them the little pH change.
Okay.
That's absolutely the best.
JV, what's your most powerful tool that you've used to get you to the top of the business?
My most powerful tool.
Are those off?
Borrow.
Why are they off? Hold on.
Maybe they don't like us.
There. See, it switched just now. You're turning it off. There.
Yeah, you're turning it off.
I told you they weren't that good.
So, Daniel, see one thing that you hear.
What's your most important tool?
You don't have to be smart to be upset. But anyway, my most productive tool is doing home demos. Up to now, I'm still doing home demos. To me, that's very effective.
Me too, home demos.
I've been doing that, and I love doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Bobby, home demo. What's your most important tool? Might be different.
Let's see, since I started my whole business and it exploded with a DVD and Kangen water. So those two are my two most important.
So you give the water and then the information, the DVD.
Right, two income-producing activities.
Okay. Dr. Dave, what's your most productive tool that you've done in building?
I would say a live demo and sharing the water.
Live demo and sharing. See, Dr. Dave, he amazes me because he's a doctor. I'm a marketing guy. I'm supposed to do good in this business. When he went 6A, wow, I'm impressed. Hey, if you went into the hospital and I'm the guy operating, wouldn't you be impressed?
Right.
You know? That's what impresses me about him. Okay? So, Cynthia, what is your best and most productive tool besides an airplane?
I do door-to-door presentation, and then I plug into your webinar, and then to weekly meetings, which I called now meeting, because if my people has a customer right now, if there is a meeting right now, we pick up the person and we sell it right away.
Jelena, you guys do the business you do with Eli. I watch you guys. What do you feel that your most productive tool is?
Wow. Well, obviously, the DVD, the water, but I think communication with your team, and just really understanding this product, what you're a part of, and having the compassion in your heart. And if your heart is beating, you have the most productive tool that's needed for this opportunity. And if you understand what you're a part of, you have it. Just go out there and go do it. The water, that's number one. So,
okay.
And stay plugged in.
Romy, I heard when you first started, how many pH testers did you buy?
I bought $200 worth of pH tester.
Yeah.
So you were going to turn everybody's water different colors.
That was my most important tool, because when I joined 6 years ago, there were no other tools. There's no My Kangen tools, there are no English DVDs, everything was in Japanese. So that's the only tool that was available, and I bought $200 worth of them, and I was dropping that every single day. It took me 90 days of dropping the pH test to become a 6A first 100 sales. And I teach the same thing to everybody.
So always carry that pH tester with you. Okay? All right. Let's go to the next one. Wow. This is a great question. Okay? JV, what's the biggest mistake made by new distributors, in your opinion?
Wow. The biggest mistake.
What do you see new people making a mistake?
Well, I base it on myself when I started. Because I did a demo for 45 days. I make sure that I do demos 3 times a day, and for 45 days I didn't make any sale. So it's about 120 demos. Then what I learned from that particular incident, because what I did is I self-analyzed myself, what's going on. I mean, why it's, for 45. I mean, it's a good product, and. And so this is what I learned. Number one is that, because it's a warm market, it's my relatives, my friends. So this is what I found out, that relatives and friends, they love you, but they don't believe you. That's one.
That's a good one. That's true.
That's true, right?
Okay.
And number two, they could see through me because I really need the money. You know what I'm saying? They could see me and said, I want to close the sale, And so those are the two mistakes that I learned.
So focusing on the money too much.
Focusing on money too much, and I said to myself, wow, So after 45 days, I changed, my approach. I said, I got to put the mission before commission, and it works.
Mission before the commission.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Eli, you see a bazillion people, right? What's the biggest mistake you see by new distributors?
The biggest mistake is talking too much.
What?
Is that Eli? Wait a minute. Is that Eli?
You know,
Is there
You
another
said
person?
distributors, not me.
They say you learn from your mistakes.
They talk too much, right? They oversell.
Yeah, you're vomiting all over your customer. I learned how to use the system a long time ago. If I called you right now and I said, hey, listen, what are you doing right now? I need you to listen to something. I need 5 minutes. When you get off, I say, what's the best thing that you heard about that? They tell me. I say, hang on, you're in front of a computer? I want you to go look at kangendemo.com. I want you to watch it. Call me right back. I didn't tell you anything, really. I can do that at a meeting local. What are you doing Tuesday night? I want to come by. I want to meet with you. I need 20 minutes. Just you and I, brother. I haven't said anything.
So talking too much.
The other thing, honestly, Daniel, is y'all are treating this like it's a hobby. You're not giving it the respect of a business that you would pay $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 for. You need to treat this like you just put everything, every last dime you have. And like you said today, you wouldn't walk away if you had put that kind of money in a business. No way, no how. So stop treating this like a hobby and take it seriously. Do it every waking minute you got when you're not working your other job. Yeah. Treat it like a real business.
Bobby, what's the biggest mistake you see by new distributors?
Probably that they don't take all-out massive action, which was a little bit what Eli was talking about, and to get a fast story, whether product or income, and then they quit too early.
They quit too early. Dr. Dave, you agree with that?
Yeah, again, that was the thing I found most, that people, if they don't get a check or you don't get them a check, they're gone. That's why we had such a large rate of dropout people, okay? And basically, as a distributor, it's supporting your group.
Okay. Cynthia, you travel all over the world. You have some of the biggest people underneath you, right? Yeah. Some of the top producing. What do you see the biggest mistake by new distributors?
Like the closing. The closing, like people are scared to close because they thought this is like a hassle over profit ratio. And
they're afraid to ask for the sale.
I'm sorry?
You saying they're afraid to ask for the sale?
Yes, that's the,
I know you're not. I've seen her ask for the sale with everybody.
For me, no. My mistake is like when I install the machine, that's my biggest mistakes, that like the white hose should be attached to the, acidic. I attach it to the acidic one. So my downline says like, Cynthia, I got a headache. I said, oh, don't worry, that's how do you call this? You're hydrated. That's the side effect. And then I went there, and then I found, my God, the gray one. He's drinking the gray one. That's my big mistake, because these two did not teach me. These two, they did not teach me how to install, how my machine, work. Because at that time, we have Japanese, BHR. BHR? We don't have VHS. We don't have those. We have the VHS. No, we don't have DVD.
Okay. Guys are funny. JV, I want this from you. You've been here the longest. What makes an Agic program different from all other direct sales or network marketing or multi-level?
The difference is that this is not multi-level, and you make money actually just based on 8 points alone, and that's what really gets me, motivated, and I could see people, and it's also the way I look at it. It's an even field, because when I started. By the way, I didn't start the program, I mean, I have I'm on my 8, actually I'm on my 8 points under the hierarchy. I just started from the 8 points. I'm 1A and there's 6 A's above me. Okay, so you can see that whenever, it don't matter where you are at right now in terms of position, but you still could get, the income like what we are getting. So it's not like multi-level where the top people is the only one that makes money. So that's how I see the program. That's really, really powerful.
If somebody asked me that question, what makes an Agic program different from all other direct sales? I've never seen so many people who don't speak English make money.
Yeah.
It's like, did you see them? Some of the people that got their 6H yesterday, all you have to know is water. You can be water.
That's true.
That's it.
That's true.
Just give
So
water.
as long as you can say water and have water, wow, you're cool. Okay? All right.
Cool. Rumi.
Jelena, why do distributors experiment with dead-end programs? Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Just real quick, because we're ending right now. Why do they?
Because I think they are sold a bag of goods, or they're trying to find some get-rich-quick scheme, maybe to validate why the other one didn't work. Where, who knows why? Really, who knows why? Other than that, maybe they're just trying to either get rich quick, or they got tied in by, a so-called leader or someone else, someone saying, this is it, here's your plan B, go make it happen. I don't know why, darling.
Bobby, why do distributors experiment with dead-end programs?
They're stupid.
Probably number one reason. Number one reason is probably they are not making the money they want to be making, and the reason for that is because they're not working properly and doing income-producing activities.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't get sidetracked and do other things.
Romy, why do distributors experiment with dead-end programs?
They want easy money.
Yeah.
But this is easy money.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any easier than this.
Pertaining to that, I want to make some correction or announcement, because I was told by somebody today in the crowd that they are saying that my check is going down. And that's how they recruit other people into their business. My check this past month alone, and you can check with the company, they will tell it to you, is over 100,000.
My check went up.
So it's going up. My sale last month is 400 machines more than the previous month. I made about 3,000 machine sales in the group. So my group is going up, and they are saying the wrong thing to people.
Okay. All right, guys. Last question. What do you see for Enagic and its distributors in the next 10 years? Real quick, Eli. There is one more question after this. What do you see for people in the next 10 years?
We talked about it yesterday. Those that were there, you got the global middle class is going to double from 1.8 billion to almost 4 billion in the next 20 years. Okay, even though he asked me for the next 10 years, that means your incomes are going to go down. Third world countries are going to take your jobs. And people who told you that this was a pyramid are going to be forced into doing a home-based business, whether they like it or not, just to maintain the lifestyle they currently have at best, if they can even maintain it. And so basically what you have here is a product that works 100% of the time. You have an infrastructure and a company that's 40 years old with a technology that's a couple of hundred years old, that pays more than any other program in the world, 73% back to you. It's water, which all of us have to do, the world's most valuable resource. I mean, give me a flipping break. I mean, are you kidding me? There's no competition. This is it. It's the best thing on the best.
Cynthia, what do you see for people in Enagic? You guys were all there in Hong Kong. What do you see? I mean, go ahead.
It's, I think in 10 years, from now, I think for me, I'm going to be staying in the island. Now, in 3 years, I'm going to be in my 55 hectares resort with the 3 natural falls, hot spring, with the hotels on the side and my mansion that's my dream. And through Enagic, I'm going to make it.
Dr. Dave, what do you see in Enagic the next 10 years?
I see this going exponential in a few years. Like you say, we're at the 1.5% mark, but when we go through that curve upward, we're going to be just order takers. It's going to be insane.
Oh, it's going to happen. I've seen it over and over.
It's happening already.
Okay. Bobby, what's your $1 million advice for everyone? Let's close this out. Real quick.
$1 million advice. Just stay focused. Learn to do income-producing activities, which too many people can get sidetracked doing other things. So income-producing activities, stay focused, and that's just sharing people with the water, the business, and building for events.
Jelena, what advice do you have? What's your $1 million advice?
Stay focused. Stay focused, definitely. Build for events. Don't get sidetracked. Follow the leaders. Follow the people. Follow Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro. Know what you're a part of. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. Don't quit. Keep your heart beating. Have the compassion in your heart. You are part of a multi-billion-dollar company. We are on our way. You have the ability to touch hundreds and thousands and millions of lives in so many ways, and it's up to each and every one of you. So be a part of the global movement. Stay together, be united, and don't ever, ever give up on yourself or your dreams.
We're running late, and I'm sorry for being late. We're not normally late. But what I'd like to do is, can you bring the 6A? If you're a 6A, can you please come up here real quick? Real quick.